Hi guys, how's everyone doing tonight? Happy Friday. I'm really excited to be sprinting. As you might be able to note, as you can probably tell from my surroundings, I am currently pet sitting. So there is a possibility that you may see one or two dogs. um, so Boaz is currently chomping on a chewy at my feet. I'm really hoping you guys can't hear the chewing noises. Hopefully, because he looks pretty darn happy. Um, yeah. But yeah, we are currently pet sitting. So we have Miss Nicole with us, and we are pet house sitting with Mr. Boaz, and it's quite nice. I have quite a few books. I'm really excited to get into some reading tonight and just relax and chew. I would love to know what you are planning on reading tonight. I have a couple books I want to make some progress on. I have Not So Perfect Strangers by L.S. Stratton. This is a thriller. I read Do What Godmother Says by this author earlier this year, and it was brilliant. So I finally got some more books from the library from this author, so I'm really excited. I'm getting close to halfway into this, really liking it. Then I want to start Town in a Pumpkin Bash by B.B. Haywood. This is the fourth in the Candy Holiday Mystery Series. I have read book one, but I am skipping ahead to read this one just because it's like a Halloween autumn one, and I really want to read it seasonally, so hopefully I'll be okay. But I have not started this yet. Looking forward to. And then I would like to read a couple of short stories, hopefully, from this collection. It's called Murder at Tea Time, Mysteries in the Classic Cozy Tradition. And this is the cover. I bought this used like 2 years ago. I started reading this book over a year ago, and then it's been on my nightstand untouched for like a year. So like I'm over, I think I'm like 2/3 of the way into the book almost. And I'm just, this weekend, I decided when I was pet sitting, I was like, I'm bringing this book and I'm going to finish this because I don't want to look at it on my nightstand ever again. And I've been enjoying it. I'm really bad about reading short stories, so this is my push. So those will be my main reads. And on audio, I am listening to In the Blink of a Pie by Catherine Bruns, which is the third and seemingly last in the Maple Syrup Mysteries, which I'm really sad about because I love the book. So, but yeah, let me go ahead and pull up some comments here. Hi, Shannon. You said, hi, Amy and everybody. I'm excited for Sprints. You're continuing reading Buttercream Murder. I hope you're enjoying it. I have such a good time with that series. So fun. Glad you're here. Hi, Erica. Said, happy Friday evening. So excited for these sprints today. Me too. It's been keeping me going this week. I'm so excited to just have a chill Friday, make some dinner at some point, read, hang out. Sounded like the perfect Friday. Emily said, I can't hear Boaz. Okay, good. He loves being so close to me, which is so sweet. But when he's chewing on something and I'm filming or doing like a live stream, I'm always like, I'm hoping people can't hear him chewing because that's not the most enjoyable background noise ever. But he looks so happy. Hi, welcome. Hi, Princess Peach. You said, hi, everyone. So glad you are hosting this tonight. I had a panic attack earlier this afternoon and have been anxious ever since. I am so sorry. Those are the worst. But I hope these will help. What are you going to focus on this afternoon? Hopefully, some reading or something else. I hope that'll help. Sending you lots of love. Like I said, hi, everyone. This is my first reading sprint. I'm so excited to join. I'm so glad, Rebecca. Welcome. I love that picture. Is that you with Chip? That is so cute. I love that. What are you going to be working on tonight or reading? Hi, Kat. Said, hi, everyone. Happy Friday. You're reading Snow Time to Die by Annie McEwen. I'm 13 chapters in and loving it. I finished that book in October, and I had such a good time with it. I hope you enjoy it. The wintry vibes are so fun. Yeah, I hope you have such a good time with that. And I said, I will not get much reading done. I need to eat dinner, a deli sandwich. I need to make a dent in dishes. It was a week this week. I know how you feel, but hopefully it can be a productive sprint for you, and that sounds delicious. I hope you have a good dinner with that. You said, I also need to catalog books I just purchased because I went to a used book sale and I have quite the haul. Ooh, that's amazing. What was your favorite find? I love a good used bookstore. I went a little crazy in Ashland, but it's so hard with all the variety of bookstores there. I was like, oh my goodness. Princess Peach said, I'll be reading The Shortest Way Home by Miriam Parker, and if I finish that, I'll be rereading Chasing Fire by Nora Roberts. Ooh, what's The Shortest Way Home? Miriam Parker. Oh, this sounds really interesting. I hope you enjoy this. Sounds like it has some good heart to it. Sherry said, I'm reading A Cast of Falcons by Sarah Yarwood Lovett, a country house murder during a wedding celebration. Ooh, I like that, and I'm interested in the title. It's an interesting title. I hope you have a great time with that, Sherry. Hemley said, if I get any reading done, I should be able to finish Zom Rom-Com, a romantic comedy during the zombie apocalypse. I love it. Like, you know what? Why not? I love that so much. That seems like a really fun read and kind of perfect for like spooky season. I know we're moving into like holiday season maybe now, but I'm still enjoying some spooky season reads. By Lauren says, I'm packing books for my very first literary festival in Scotland, so our sprint tonight will keep me at it. It's already very late. Oh, that's so exciting. Have a great time. That sounds so lovely. Rebecca said, I'm reading Slate of Paw and Get Away with Murder. I just finished The Trap today on your recommendation, and oh my, it was wild, and I definitely did not see the big reveal coming. Right? It's still one of my favorite thriller twists I've ever read. I honestly just sat there and I was like, never would have guessed that. But I hope you have fun with that. I love Get Away with Murder. I'm not sure if I'm familiar. Slate of Paw. Oh, by Sophie Kelly? That series, I gotta get to the Magical Cat series. I've gotta prioritize that next year. It looks so good. I've had so many people say they love that series and it looks so fun. But you have some great reads. I'm so glad you loved The Trap. Caitlin said, I'm in the middle of Murder at Ochre Court, one of the Gilded Newport mysteries. It's a pretty good series so far. Ooh, that one looks like an interesting series, too. So many good mysteries. I'm already thinking about, like, the Cozy Mysteries series I want to start next year list and things like that. So I'm, like, in this brainstorming mode. Hi, Jill. Said, I'm going to have dinner, too, but will participate while reading. Amazing. I hope you have a delicious dinner. You said, I'm going to read A Murder on the Mountain by Ellie Alexander. I'm so excited to read that. I hope you have a lovely time with it. I was like, yes, I live in Orlando. I'm a big Disney fan. Me too. You're at the park several times a month, and you love Chip and Dale. Oh, I do too. I always remember them telling me chocolate chip nose for Chip, and that always was like, I got it. So I could figure out who was who. That is so fun. I absolutely love that for you. I'm a big Disney fan, too. I'm not wearing my Disney shirt right now. I have a Scooby-Doo shirt on, but if I'm not wearing a Scooby-Doo t-shirt, it's often a Disney t-shirt. Donna said, I'm going to be reading The Red Queen by Martha Grimes. Ooh, let's see what that is all about. The Red Queen. Oh, that looks like a murder mystery series as well by the Richard Jury mystery series. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I haven't heard of that series, but now I'm curious. There's just so many good series out there. I just can't believe how many good books we have out there. Jason, I'm on a plane doing your sprints now. Oh my goodness. I hope you have a safe and fun flight, or at least uneventful. I don't know if I've ever had fun on a flight, but I'm kind of a nervous flyer, so that could just be me. But I hope you have a calm flight. That sounds really nice. You're reading a mystery called The Librarians. That one sounds kind of familiar. What is that? Is that by Sherry Thomas? For 4 quirky librarians who must protect their life-altering secrets. Well, I'm intrigued. That sounds really interesting. Brittany said, hello, Brittany. You're joining Sprints from the road on the way for a little weekend vacation in Arizona. Ooh, have a lovely time. About 100 pages into a cozy kind of Christmas by Ellie Alexander. Oh, I hope you have such a good time with that. I love the cover on those books. They are so cute. I think that's so fun that she's writing like a romance for some of the mystery characters that she writes. I think that's really fun. But I hope you have a safe road trip. G says, on my way to Chicago from Boston to speak at a conference. Ooh, I hope you have a really good time. That sounds really, really interesting. Chicago from Boston. So that's probably not a super long flight, hopefully. Kelly said, hi there. Hi, Kelly. I have so many books started working on Alchemy of Secrets tonight. I have so many books started, too. I'm just like, we're going to make some progress tonight. We need to make a dent. I hope you make some good progress tonight. Jeannie says, Brittany, is that an ARC or is it available now? I believe A Cozy Kind of Christmas is out. We'll double check. I think she released them last month, I want to say. Yes, it was published the 13th of last month. So Cozy Kind of Christmas is available. I think that's a spinoff of her Murder on the Mountain Meg Reed Investigate series. It's the same character, but it's like a romance centered around them. So looked really fun. I'm not a big romance reader, so I don't think I'll pick it up personally, but I love it when authors do spin-offs in different genres or with different characters. I think it's so fun. Just that I'm a nervous flyer too. I have a big fear of heights. Same. Yep. I do too. And then every time we hit a little bit of turbulence or I'm like looking out the window, I'm just like, I don't want to look. I usually also feel kind of claustrophobic, like and kind of closed in on planes too. I don't know. It's not my best, but I will do it for a good reason, like getting to go to Ashland or something like that. Hi, Bookish Introvert. You said, hello, everyone. You're reading Murder at the Wham Bam Club. Oh, I hope you love that. I think that was one of my favorite books this summer. I had such a good time with it. I thought the writer had such a great writing style, and the characters just were so fun. So I hope you love it. Emily said, favorite find at the book sale. You're not sure yet, but you found books 2 to 9 in the Expanse series. They're epic sci-fi. They're chunky, and paperbacks were 50 cents a piece. Wow. You said you were missing book 4 from my series. That is amazing. I love that. I love it when used bookstores have really good prices like that too. Like I'm really fortunate at my library book sales. I'm pretty sure that's where I got this book. And I got this for $1. So I think that's pretty good. But sometimes they are as low as like 50 cents or something. And that's just, it's like a book lover's dream. I'm so glad you found so many great books. Mary said, I may be in and out. You're watching YouTube videos and reading a coffee table book called The Flowers of Provence, an English Country House magazine. That sounds lovely. I hope you have a great time with that English Country House magazine. I feel like I've seen that. They have such cozy pictures, though. I love it. I hope you have such a good time with that. I said, I'm going to see Ellen Byron at the Poison Pen in Scottsdale on Sunday. You're so excited. That's so amazing. I remember her mentioning that. Ooh, I've been to the Poison Pen bookshop once, and for those of you that aren't familiar with it, it's like an all mystery bookstore, which is incredible. And it's this really gorgeous shop too. Is it your first time going to the Poison Pen, Kelly, or have you been before? I hope you have the best time. Emily says, and a few hardbacks so I can switch out books to have a matching series. That is really nice. I like having a matching set if I'm having a set on my shelves. It just makes it makes me happy when they match visually. Brittany said, actually, both new books are out now. I got book 1 physically and the audio for the second book from your library. Amazing. That's right, because is it like a series, or did she just... I didn't look at it as closely because I'm not as big on, like I said, as big on romance. But I think that is such a fun... I think it's so fun. I love the covers for those. I think a lot of people will really enjoy those. Emily said, and then I will post the rest in my Pango shop, and I found books 2 and 3 in the Bloodsworn trilogy, chunky fantasy, 50 cents a book. It was quite a deal. That is so Awesome. I love it. Good for you. That's a great deal. I love a good deal too. Makes my heart happy. She said, "Thank you. I will download. That sounds so cool. I read everything Ellie." I know. Like, everything mystery Ellie, I'm there. I absolutely love her writing. He said, "So far you're enjoying it. I'm glad. I hope you have a good time with it." I just loved that book. It was such a fun read. I'm really hoping the next book will come out next summer. So it's supposed to be a series. So crossing my fingers that I will see an announcement or something for it soon. Kelly said, "We try to go to the Poisoned Pen quite a bit because they always have amazing authors rolling through. It's one of our favorite spots." That is awesome. I need to get down there more. I do. But that is so much fun. I hope you have the best time. Say hi to Ellen for me, please. She is the sweetest, loveliest person. Hi, Annie. Said, "Hi, Amy, Marie, and everyone. You're reading Brentwood's Ward by Michelle Grape, historical mystery." Brentwood's Ward. That sounds interesting. The Bow Street Runners trilogy. I love the cover for that. How beautiful. Looks like historical fiction, like you said. Oh, so cool. I hope you have a great time with that, Annie. Princess Peach says, "How do you read so many books? I'm a fast reader, but you blow me out of the water." I don't know. I've always been a very fast reader, and then in the last year, I have started listening to audiobooks. So that's definitely added a good handful of books each month to how many I read. And then I'm also not afraid to DNF. I'm somebody who's pretty like, if I'm not enjoying it, I'm not enjoying it. And I'm here to read for enjoyment first and foremost. So if I'm not enjoying something, I'm like, that's it. I'm going to put it aside. I don't know. It's my go-to for pretty much anything for like free time. I usually spend time in the morning, even getting up early. I'll read before work sometimes. That helps. I'll read on my lunch break. So I just read, I don't know. I just read a lot, and that's how I end up. So I'm a mood reader. I end up with like a handful of like random books all at once usually. But I don't know. I think depends on how fast you read, how much time you have, the types of books you read, because I think mysteries are typically easier to read maybe more of than, say, like fantasies or sci-fis, which tend to be like chunkier books. And also mysteries, I think, are a lot of times written to be kind of like that page turning, which keeps me up sometimes at night. Like I was reading a book the other night, and I ended up staying up and reading like another 100 pages because I loved it. I was getting so into it, which wasn't maybe great for my sleep, but I don't know. Tracy said, "I'm an avid DNFer too. Life's too short to force my way through something I don't like." I agree. Yeah. Even with doing TBRs and stuff for videos, if I'm not enjoying it, then that's just what I'm going to say when I review it. I don't know. Take it as you will. I didn't like it for this reason or that. I have too long of a TBR to sit there and spend time on something that I'm not wanting to pick up. So, and he said it, "Tracy, me too. I DNF'd 5 last month." I probably DNF somewhere between 3 to 6 books a month, something like that. So it definitely like pushes up maybe my reading numbers a bit because I'll include that many in my reviews. But yeah, it's not if I'm not enjoying it, I'll put it aside. And with that note, I'm going to go ahead and set us up for our first sprint. So for those of you that might be new to my sprints, I use this cat timer that you're going to see on screen. That's really cute. But just be warned, it meows. So when the timer goes off, it'll meow instead of like an alarm noise. So just be forewarned. Because it's a little weird the first time or two. But we're going to go ahead and do, I think, a 45-minute sprint. And yeah, I think I'm going to try and get a good chunk of this thriller in and then switch to cozier as we get later in the evening. Maybe get a snack on this first one. Let's see. Tracy says, "It's fun to try out all sorts of books, and if one doesn't work, just move on." Agree. Like everyone's not going to like everything. Everything's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. That's okay. Yeah. So Bookish Introvert says, I agree at Tracy. If 50 pages doesn't pull me in, the book is history. I think that's a good rule. I think if I'm not pulled in by 50 pages, for sure, and if I'm like 100 pages to like halfway and the mystery's starting to really slow down and my attention is starting to go like downhill, where I'm not like feeling like I want to know what is going to happen, then for me that's like, okay, maybe it's a little too much of a slow burn, maybe it's dragging too much for my taste. I don't know. But that is a good rule of thumb. I like it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do. Yes, Tracy said that's good cut off. I agree. Let's do 45 minutes. I'm going to go stretch and get something for my throat. I am getting over a bit of a cold, so hopefully my voice isn't too bad. I'm hoping. But here we go. Hi guys, how was the first sprint for you? I fed the puppies and read about 60 pages of Not So Perfect Strangers. It's a really fast-paced thriller. Really enjoying it. I'm not sure where the ending is going, but I'm really curious. So, enjoying this read. I'm hoping to break 200 pages in this on this next sprint and then start my other read, hopefully. But let me know how that was for you. I know we had a few people jump on. Shannon was saying she does the same thing, Tracy, which is we were talking about DNFing if we're not enjoying it and just moving on. Hi, Valerie. You said, hi, new to your sprints. Welcome. I'm currently reading Not Quite Dead Yet and The Secret Book and Scone Society. I hope you're enjoying both of your books. Those sound good. I really like The Secret Book and Scone Society. I need to get that series, pick up the next book in it. So many good series, so little time. Kelly said, I loved Not Quite Dead Yet, and I just started The Secret Book and Scone Society. How perfect. I hope you enjoy The Secret Book and Scone Society. I found it to be like a little bit of a deeper cozy, but a really good one. Hi, welcome to the sprints. Emily finished your book. Yay! I hope you enjoyed it. How was it? Hi, Chrissy. How are you doing? Hi. You finished your audiobook. I hope you had a good time with it. What were you reading? Chrissy said, I just started chapter 23. Amazing. Good progress. Kat got to chapter 15. You got coffee and a snack. The winter in this book is making me feel cold. I need to warm up. It is a snowy, like cold, cozy, but I've really enjoyed it. I'm having some peppermint tea right now, which is helping. And I had a little bit of orange juice on this last sprint because I think I mentioned at the end of last sprint, but I had a bit of a cold this week. And I'm feeling like 85% better right now, but my throat's still a little off, so the orange juice is helping. I think we're going to have some simple, easy, like boxed mac and cheese on this next sprint for dinner. Just keep it easy. Annie got to page 253. Amazing, amazing progress. Shannon read 20 pages. Awesome. Princess Peach said, I only read 22 pages. You kept getting distracted, but you did make a cup of chamomile and lavender tea. That sounds amazing. I love chamomile and lavender. I just got this lavender mint tea from Sprouts that I'm really excited to drink because I absolutely adore anything minty in my tea. That sounds like a very cozy cup of tea. Jill read about 30 pages in A Murder on the Mountain by Ellie Alexander. Wonderful. I hope you're enjoying that. I can't wait to read that book. It looks so good. Chrissy said, chapter 23 of Darcy Hannah's Halloween book. Amazing. You also have the second book of A Bailey, the Bloodhound Mystery Series. I love it. I read both of those books last month, actually, and I really was so glad to finally get to, I think it's Hounding a Killer, I think is book 2. I think Sniffing Out Murder is the first one. But I loved Hounding a Killer, but I hope you enjoy that. Rebecca got through a couple chapters. You're liking the Magical Cat Mystery Series so far. Hercules and Owen, the kitties, are so cute and have good personalities. I love it. Oh, I gotta get to that book. That book series looks so cute. And I mean, come on, the cats look so fun. Hello! You said, hi everyone, I finished a chapter I was in the middle of. I'm reading a romance, Chasing a Kidnapper by Laura Scott. Ooh, I hope you enjoy. Good progress on that. I said, honestly, it was mad, but it filled a prompt for the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. That sounds like quite, I gotta look at that challenge. That sounds a little scary. But I'm sorry it wasn't the greatest read. Hopefully your next one will be really awesome. Chrissy said, I woke up from a nap and thankfully I had set a calendar reminder for this. Daylight savings is crazy. Yes, it is. I took a nap this afternoon as well because just like I said, I've been getting over a cold. So I was trying to really get my energy up and just rest a bit beforehand. And yeah, I definitely... Daylight savings throws me off, and I don't even live in a state where the times change, but it throws me off because I work with people around the United States. So it's still like I still am like sitting there trying to check all the time zones and stuff, and it's so confusing. But good call with the calendar reminder. I love those. I hope you had a good nap. My Little World, The Solstice Swap by Danielle Garrett. Ooh, Solstice. Excuse me. The Solstice Swap Duology Book 1, a witchy winter rom-com. The holiday meets practical magic. Ooh, I love the covers for these. They're so cute. It looks like a kind of a cozy mystery-esque cover, which I love. I hope you enjoy that. That looks so fun. Oh, you said you finished it, so hopefully it was an enjoyable read. Bookish Introvert read 17 pages. Amazing. Jill said, I had dinner, Texas French toast. While reading, you're having a cup of tea as well, and it was good. Amazing. Yeah, I think we're going to keep it easy, do some boxed mac and cheese. I think that's definitely, for me, the first thing that goes when I'm sick is I lose all focus on cooking, because the last thing you really want to do when you're sick is, like, stand up over a hot stove, at least for me. So we're keeping it easy, plus with pet sitting. But I'm glad. That sounds good. Texas French toast. Ooh, you gotta love tea. Valerie said you got to chapter 25 of Not Quite Dead Yet. I'm enjoying it. How are you liking it? How are you liking the secret book in Scone Society at Kelly? Hopefully she's enjoying it. I got it's been so long since I read the first book in that, but I remember really liking it. I have this bad habit of like reading the first book in a series, really liking it, and then if I don't get the next book in the series pretty quickly after, I'll forget, and then I just keep not getting to it until it's like a year or two later, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should pick up the second book. That's what happened with the Witch's Brew mystery series by Gretchen Rue. I read book 1 like a year or two ago, and then in September I read book 2. Was like, why did I take so long to get to this? And then last month I read both books 3 and 4, and now I'm caught up on the series. But I was just like, why did it take so long? It was so good. Just, I love the Magical Cat series. It is fun. The covers are so cute and cozy. I might have to put that on my series to start list. Honestly, that one's kind of, the more we talk about it, the more I'm like, seems fun. Becca says, I like it because it's a little magical, but not too much. That's perfect for me. I like that. I mean, I do like a supernatural cozy for sure, but I think I prefer the ones overall that are just like whimsical magic, like just a touch of magic, but nothing too crazy. Chrissy said they were a part of my Halloween-themed reading, but I didn't get to finish it. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you feel better, Amy. Thank you. I'm feeling okay. It's just feeling okay now. Just a little bit of a sore throat, but I don't think it's too bad. At least my husband was telling me, he's like, you sound fine. And I was like, hopefully. I agree though. I had some Halloween themed reading that it took me a few days over the weekend, last weekend, to get done. And then like I'm still planning to read Town in a Pumpkin Bash, which I might switch to on this next one. Honestly, I'm enjoying Not So Perfect Strangers, but it's definitely a darker thriller, and I'm kind of feeling like cozy. So I think I'm going to switch to Town in a Pumpkin Bash by B.B. Haywood on this next one. And this one is, I think, like a Halloween autumn. There's an annual autumn festival, which sounds really, really lovely. And this is a seaside village in Maine, which is really, really cool. So I'm excited for that. I think I'll try to get a short story from my little cozy collection knocked out too, because if I don't finish this weekend, I'm just never going to finish it. It's been on my... Do you guys have books like that where you like start them and then you enjoy them, but you put them aside, you get distracted, and then they sit there for like months? I don't know. For me, it's always short story collections. Like I've been reading this for a year, and I read most of it all last year, and I'm like, I only have this much left. I can knock this out this weekend. Like, come on, let's knock this out. I don't know. Let me know. Do you guys typically read a bunch of books at a time? Do you read like 1 or 2 books at a time? Does it fluctuate a lot? For me, I usually have like, I'd say 3 to 4 active books at a time. Usually at least 1 thriller or darker mystery. one cozy mystery, and then usually one cozy mystery like audiobook or classic like audiobook, just something on audio. So I usually have at least 3, but then I'll have like these short story collections or nonfiction books that I'll start, and then I'll just kind of I'll be enjoying them, but I'll kind of forget about them because I'll be focusing on those other 3 books. And so this is the weekend. I'm finally going to get this done. So going to finish this book. Oh, hi, Mr. Boaz. Boaz, do you want to say hi? Come up. Come up. I know you can hop up, so you want to hop up. What is it? Okay. I'll see. Maybe he'll hop up in a minute. Emily said, high school special ed teacher here. We had Halloween, a time change, and a full moon in 1 week. Fun times. That's a lot. That is a lot. I'm so sorry. Yeah, the time change, I don't know. It's just so much that it impacts, and I know it affects a lot of people driving and work too, and I've always lived in Arizona, so I've never actually had to change the time myself, but it just seems so stressful to me, and with all the, with the invention of light bulbs, you think we wouldn't need it as much. I don't know. Kelly said, just diving into Secret Book and Scone, and you're loving it so far. Amazing. Emily said, I will do dishes and listen to I Was a Teenage Slasher next sprint. Amazing. Tracy says, yes, I also have a short story collection that's collecting dust. It's my worst habit. I'm pretty good about reading my other books, but I'll get these like collections of like classic short stories, and I enjoy them when I read them, but I'm really terrible about consistently reading them. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm glad it's not just me though, but I always feel so good when I read them. So I'm like, that's why I like to read them on sprints, because it's like, okay, if I read one per sprint, that kind of gives me a goal. Emily said, yes, I paused the one and only Ivan. I still need to finish it and I'm enjoying it, but I cry every time I pick it up. Oh, sounds like a very emotional book. Christy said, I've had an awful habit of not finishing books. That is, I think, you know what, if you're not feeling it, or you're just reading what you're feeling, feeling in the moment, I don't think that's a bad thing. And I think we all have that book or two that ends up getting stacked or something. Yeah, I think I don't know. My nightstand is where like some of these books kind of go to die. Tracy said, I usually have an audio and 2 Kindle books going, but usually focus on the one I'm enjoying the best. I agree. That's kind of what happens with me, is I'll have like 1 or 2 physical books or ebooks, and then the audio. And I try to only listen to one audio at a time, or I get really confused. I can't like mix and match audiobooks, whereas I can flip around from ebooks or physical books easier, but audiobooks, I'm like, no, it's too confusing for my brain. So you read 1 book and 1 audio at a time. I admire that. I try to do that, but I don't quite stick to it as much as I'd like to. Jill said, yes, I have about 9 books going right now. Wow. That is a lot. I don't know if I've ever had that many, but that's a lot. But that's impressive that you can keep that many straight. I love that. And he said, I used to read 4 to 5, but I've changed that lately to 1 or 2. Amazing. I think it definitely fluctuates for me. Sometimes I get up to 4 or some books, but then other times if I'm like really intensely focused on a book, I might only have 1 or 2 if it's like really gripping me. Christy says, I try to read at least 3, but if I get lucky, I can get 2 done, then that's a win. That's a win. Any book you finish that you enjoy, hopefully, is a win. Becca said, I normally only read 1 at a time, but lately I've been trying to rotate between 2. I think 2 is a nice one. 2 or 3 is like a nice place, because you can have more than one genre or vibe if you're feeling something different, which I like, if I'm in a mood for a thriller, or like right now, like I was enjoying this thriller, but it's getting later, so I want to switch to something cozier, because I don't like to read darker, heavier things like too close to bed personally. So I like to switch for that reason as well. So I think that's a nice place to be. Angel says, I actually have 3 going, the romance plus a cozy mystery and an audiobook. I like that. Yeah, nice to have a variety with the genres. Kelly says, unfortunately, not a lot of reading this sprint, but you had salmon with roasted carrots and asparagus there in the oven. Mashed potatoes on the side. The family is sprinting with me tonight. Oh, that's so awesome. Hello, family. Oh, that sounds delicious. That sounds so delicious. I love all of those foods. I'm a little jealous that you're having mashed potatoes because anything potatoes is amazing. Boaz, do you want to come up? Here you go, buddy. I know you're... It's okay, buddy. All right. Your paw is in my hair, buddy. Let's move that. There we go. Hi. You want to say hi to everybody? They're having salmon, roasted carrots, asparagus, and mashed potatoes. That sounds really yummy. Enjoy your dinner, Kelly. Valerie says, I usually have one physical and one audiobook going at a time. That's a nice balance. Shannon said, I usually read 2 books at a time and listen to an audiobook. That's what I try to stick to. If I start getting to 3 or 4 books, that's when I start to get a little overwhelmed with keeping up with the books. So I like to have 2. Em is reading Jar of Hearts by Jennifer Hillier. I'm waiting for the thrilling part. It's kind of slow for me, to be honest. It's definitely a little more slow burn. It's definitely pretty dark. Not my favorite by Jennifer Hillier. I recently read Wonderland, though, and that was very good. I really, really liked that. Jill said, I've got a couple books I started, one Nora Roberts and a Catherine Coulter, and you never finished. And never finished. Go, buddy. Okay. So you have a couple going at one time. Like I said, I never listen to books. I don't know why, but I think I don't enjoy hearing the reader's voice because I like to imagine the voices and you like your own pace. Oop. Hi, Bo. It's okay. I love you too. I can see that. I know sometimes they do audiobooks where it's like a cast reading where they have different voices for different characters. Maybe you'd like that because it's a little bit more like listening to a movie, I guess, in a way, where there's different characters. But I could see that if you have a really good imagination, you like to imagine them. Boaz, you're right in front of my face there. There we go. Sit. Hi, buddy. There we go. Princess Peach said, I only read one at a time, or fiction and nonfiction at the same time. I can't keep that many books in my head at the same time. Totally fair. I feel like they have to be different themes or genres for me, like a thriller and a cozy mystery, because they feel different enough, and that way I can keep them straight. But yeah, I don't like to read too many of the same genre at a time, otherwise I get confused. Jill says, oh, hi, Mr. Boaz. Hi, Boaz. You want to say hi, sir? He's like, I don't know who you're talking to. Mark said, Boaz is so cute. Thank you. I'm so grateful we were able to get him this year. He said, hi, Mr. Boaz. He says, hi, everyone. Just got home from work, and you'll be starting The Bellmaker by Brian Jacques, the 7th in the Redwall series. Amazing. I'm so glad you got home from work. Happy Friday. I hope you have a good read with that. I know you like that series a lot. Hi, Grandma Susan. Said good evening. Oh, thank you for doing sprints. Of course. Excited to just hang out and just decompress. Lindsay says, hi, Amy, Marie, and everyone. I'm reading The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. Just about to pour a cup of tea. Yum. I'm drinking peppermint tea. What kind of tea are you having? And I hope you enjoy that book. I still need to read it. It's sitting at my shelf staring at me. I will get to it. I'm going to get to it. Becca says, Boaz's facial expressions, he looks distinguished. Yeah, he either looks, I feel like, distinguished, goofy, or confused. Those are the 3 primary expressions, but you are a distinguished, dapper little gentleman, aren't you? Just says, Boaz is adorable. Thank you. Just said, Elizabeth had recommended Pillars of the Earth. The description sounded good. You downloaded a sample, but you're not sure it's for me. Well, if it's, I feel like, you know what, everyone's got different tastes, so if it's not something you're enjoying, put it aside, or maybe come back to it at a different time. Maybe you'll be in a different mood or mental space. Sometimes I put something aside because I'm just not in the right headspace to read it. My best friend is a dingo cooking during sprints. Ooh, yum. What are you cooking? Jill says mine are different genres: cozy mysteries, nonfiction, and women's fiction. I like that. Lindsay said, I'm having decaf constant comment tea. So ready to relax with you all after a stressful day and week at work. Hope you're all doing well. I'm sorry it was stressful for you. Yeah, it was a bit of a stressful week here too. I'm getting over a bit of a cold. Hopefully, I don't think it's too bad in my voice, hopefully. But I hope you will have a good, relaxing evening and a good weekend, hopefully. Emily said, I loved Pillars of the Earth. It got me through many ER trips. My mom was dying from ovarian cancer. I am so sorry to hear that, Emily. But I'm glad the book brought you some comfort. I know books have been bringing me a lot of comfort recently with the recent death in my family, so that's been helpful. But I'm sorry about that. Lee said, The God of the Woods, slow start for me, but since I got into it, I'm really enjoying it. I've heard good things about it. I really need to just sit down and get into it. You're making chicken thighs with shallots and spinach. Oh my gosh. That dinner sounds amazing. I'm sorry you guys are all getting a great view of Boaz's posterior. There we go. Okay. Oh, that sounds delicious, though. Enjoy. Absolutely so yummy. We're going to have a quick little easy dinner on this next one, I think. But let's go ahead, speaking of, and kick off our next sprint before I talk our ears off. Are you trying to jump down, sir? Okay. Let's go ahead and reset our sprint timer. And if you jumped in on this last sprint, fair warning, the timer meows when it goes off. So just a heads up. Let's go ahead and kick off for 45 minutes, and then we'll come back and chit-chat some more. Happy reading, everybody. Hi guys, how was that second sprint for you? I started Town in a Pumpkin Bash by B.B. Haywood. Really enjoying it so far. I forgot how much I liked this author's writing style, so I'm really excited to get back into the series and hopefully go back and read some of the ones I missed. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I had a little bit of dinner and I listened to a little bit of In the Blink of a Pie. I can't get over that name. I think it's so cute. By Catherine Bruns. But other than that, yeah, just chilled with the puppies, read Town in a Pumpkin Bash. Lots of fun autumn vibes for this one, so I'm really enjoying that. And I think I'm going to do a shorter sprint to wrap us up, and I'm thinking about maybe doing some coloring. I don't know if I'll finish this entire thing, but I was thinking about doing maybe some coloring. This is the one I'm looking at, perhaps. But we'll figure out. I just pulled out my Christmas coloring book. Now that we are in November, it feels like a good time of year to pull that out. Hi, April. You say just popping in to say hi. I'm not in a reading mood at the moment, so I watched your last vlog instead. I'm about to get little boys in bed and watch a movie with hubby. I hope you guys have a good time with your movie, and hopefully you enjoyed the vlog. Angel says, I've read 3.5 chapters in the Cozy Mystery. Amazing. Annie's on page 288 of 328. You are so close to finishing. Wow. Jill got through page 149 out of 292. Awesome. Luna said, hi, you're coloring and listening to The Wind Weaver. Ooh, that sounds great. I might do some coloring. I think I'm going to do some coloring this next sprint and listen to In the Blink of a Pie. It's my plan, I think, since my eyes are getting a little tired. Emily said it got to 6% in the audio of I Was a Teenage Slasher and dishes are done. Going to start The City of Brass. It's a buddy read. Ooh. Well, good job on the dishes. That always feels super, super good. I hope your next read, The City of Brass, goes well. Hello. You said, oh, I'm late. I had a little bit of a busy morning today and forgot about the sprint. I hope you guys had a good time reading today. I'm glad you could make it. We're going to do one more sprint, so we're still hanging out. Hopefully you had a good morning, even if it was a bit busy. Shannon read another 30 pages. Amazing. Chrissy said that was a good sprint. I really love this series. I'm already thinking of what Christmas cozies to read. Then I have to go through my book bin to see what I have. Can't believe we are New Year Christmas. I know. I'm planning my first Christmas reading vlog right now. And I'm so excited. But I also have so many books I want to read that it's overwhelming. But I love Christmas so much, so I'm really excited. But yeah, I need to go through my my TBR cart because I know I have a few Christmas books on there that I want to read this season, so not sitting there for like another year. Emily said you read 19 pages, but you had some dinner and eggnog. So happy it's eggnog time. Oh, that's awesome. I need to get some apple cider. That's one of my favorites for this time of year. I really like apple cider. Princess Peach said, I read about another 20 pages. You're finally getting into the book. You're also working on a new crochet project. You're making the viral crochet bouquet blanket. I still have 10 roses to crochet. Crochet bouquet blanket. Well, that sounds beautiful. What is that? Oh, wow. That is so gorgeous. So it's like this blanket that you can lay flat and there's like roses around it. It's a circle, but then it looks like it folds up into like a bouquet where it looks like a bouquet of flowers. That is so cool. So amazing. Wow. That is awesome. I'm always so amazed when people crochet or knit or do any of like the fabric arts. I'm always like, blows my mind. Like to me, it seems so difficult. That is amazing though. Kudos, and that looks like such a beautiful project. Are you doing your roses in red, or what colors did you pick for your blanket and roses? That looks so awesome. Hi, Heidi. Said hello. You're listening to The Whole Cat and Caboodle by Sophie Ryan, a cozy mystery. You're really enjoying it. Amazing. I think there's someone else who's reading the same series right now on these sprints. I really got to get on this series. It looks so fun. Really got to get into that. It's looking so good. Does anyone have any weekend plans? I know Kelly was saying she's going to the author signing thing on Sunday, but do you guys have any weekend plans? I know we're taking it easy. We're going to be pet sitting. I visited my grandma earlier, and yeah, just kind of chill. I'm hoping just to get a lot of reading, coloring, some decompressing down. Princess Peach said red roses, a thyme color for the leaves, and white for the base of the blanket. Oh, that's lovely. That sounds lovely. I'm sure it's going to look so gorgeous. Like I said, Amy, have you read East of Eden? I know you mostly love mysteries and thrillers. No, I haven't. Let me see. By John Steinbeck? I didn't, actually. I know that was one that a lot of people read in school, but I had ended up taking a different English class that I hadn't read that as as a requirement. Is it one that you really enjoy? Chrissy said, I'm working tomorrow night and might do a Walmart trip on Sunday, maybe. Those are always nice. I always like to try to stock up for the week on Sunday or like Monday. It feels good to like start the week with your groceries or anything that you need to stock up on. Definitely going to do some planning stuff this weekend for YouTube and just this coming week. And we're working on getting some Christmas stuff up, hopefully. Like I said, purging before the holidays and putting up Christmas decorations. You're decluttering and donating stuff. I've been doing that this last week too. I've been going through and like just being like, okay, do we really need this or this? Can I, declutter this? I just barely started putting up my Christmas decorations. I'm actually a little bit behind for what I usually do for Christmas decorations with a lot of stuff with my family recently, but I'm excited to get it up finally this coming week. It'll be good. We just pulled out the tree. We need to get it assembled hopefully on Monday, and I'm really excited to decorate my bookshelves especially. So you're working and reading. I hope you have some great reads this weekend, Emily. And I said, I lived in Phoenix for 7 years. When I got married, we went to Oak Creek, and for our honeymoon, our anniversary's next week, so all those Arizona memories are surfacing. That is lovely. Actually, where is Oak Creek? I'm trying to picture that. Oak Creek Canyon. Oh, that is gorgeous. So, so gorgeous. Oh, between Flagstaff and Sedona. Oh, okay. I gotta look out for that. That looks beautiful. That's lovely that you have such good memories there. April said, we're going to have a chilly weekend before an Arctic blast arrives in Georgia on Monday. Not looking forward to all-star soccer practice next week. I'm thinking I may read in the car. Smart move. Smart move. Yeah, I think we're supposed to finally get cold weather next week. Yeah, because I've been wearing like either a t-shirt, like short sleeves or like lightweight long sleeve shirts this week, but definitely no like sweaters. It's not sweater weather. Just that I work Saturdays, so we'll try to relax when I get off. I hope you have a relaxing evening. Princess Peach and I'm making it for a white elephant on my husband's side. They fight over my crochet gifts. I'm also making a white and beige wind spinner with beads that look like diamonds for the bottom. That is so amazing. That's awesome that they fight over it. I'm sure it's stunning. It sounds absolutely amazing. So I love that you guys do a white elephant too. Do any of you guys do like white elephants or Secret Santas? My side of the family is pretty small. We were talking about doing Secret Santa this year, but I think we might just keep it where we do like one gift a person. I don't know if we'll do that in the future. We were talking about it. But on my husband's side of the family, I like to make these colorful boxes, I call them. Each year for the ladies in the family on his side, I will make these boxes. Each one is color coordinated because I love to color code things, and they'll have different things like, so I'll have like a green box, a pink box, a red box, a blue box, I do it for 5 ladies, and then I'll have like, body lotion, a candle, usually something like sweet or like gum, just like just like little like travel sized kind of toiletry things. Do like, a sheet mask or like face mask kind of thing in there. Just like fun, almost like a little stocking stuffer kind of situation, but with like little body care things. But then I'll color coordinate it so everyone can pick a color they love. And yeah, it's always fun. I usually stock up on stuff from Bath and Body Works after the holidays when everything's like really discounted, and I'll shop sales during the year and just kind of build up a pile of stuff for it. But yeah, I always have fun doing that. So I got some nice like hand creams, that sort of thing. I said, you're probably going to the vet. My orange son has a little bit of a fungal problem. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope they can fix that really quickly sorry about that. It's never fun having to take your pet to the vet. So our high temperature here will be 72 tomorrow, but the high on Monday's 38. What? Wow. I think it's because, at least for us, it's been so warm, like unseasonably warm for a bit. So it's like now it's just going to like flip overnight to a cold snap. There's going to be no transition. Heidi said, secondhand vintage home decor shopping for a room we're redoing. Oh, how fun. Well, I wish you all the luck. I hope you find some great stuff. I love to go secondhand shopping when I can. Jen, the weather is supposed to be really cold, so I will be at my sister's house and we'll read and rest. I hope you guys have a good time together. Rebecca said, I'm going to Magic Kingdom this weekend to see all the holiday decor. It really sets off the holiday season for me. Oh my goodness, have so much fun. The lights and stuff, I'm sure, are gorgeous. Do they like a big tree and stuff in Main Street? Oh, I'm sure that's so pretty. Have the most beautiful time. Chrissy said, we do Secret Santas at work last year. I got 2 Secret Santas. One gave me some cozy socks and lotion, and another gave me a gift card to Barnes & Noble. Well, those were some nice gifts, especially Barnes & Noble, man. That is awesome. I love that. I haven't done too many Secret Santas over the year, but I feel like it's a fun thing if you have like a close-knit group. Shan said, my mom, brothers, and sisters exchange gifts, and we buy gifts for my nieces and nephews. My oldest niece's birthday is Christmas Day. Oh, wonderful. Absolutely love that. Yeah, I'm really excited because we actually have some kids, like little kids, in our family again, on my husband's side. So I get to buy like cute little kids books for them, and I have been slowly introducing them to the wonderful world of Scooby-Doo. And one of them loved it so much they got them Scooby-Doo pajamas. So I was like, I have been doing, spreading the good Scooby-Doo. But I love getting them little gifts and like wrapping them in like Minnie Mouse paper and stuff. Tracy says, I'm in Montana, so I'm tucked in from the cold for the next 6 months. It will be relentless until April. That is intense. Actually, I was able to visit Montana for the first time this year, and it was gorgeous. I've never been, and we got to go to like Yellowstone and everything, and it was just, I couldn't even believe my eyes. It was unreal how beautiful Montana was. But I'm so sorry that it's going to be that cold. That's intense. Princess Peach said, I love crocheting because it helps with stress levels. I'd like to learn how to make stuffed animals maybe someday. We're going to put Christmas decor up and read. Also play Call of Duty. Well, I hope you have fun. Oh, that would be fun to make stuffed animals. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like reading and crafts and stuff like that are so good for stress. That's why I like to color. I feel like it's just a soothing, relaxing hobby. Just says, I might go to Barnes & Noble because of a gift card for there too. Amazing. I hope you find something wonderful there. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and set us up for another sprint here. Tracy says, yes, I live very close to Yellowstone. It is beautiful here. I'm glad you got to visit. I would love to go back. I truly was just so blown away. Like the water truly was like glass. It was so crystal clear, and the trees and everything. And we saw moose, which I had never seen a moose in the wild before. And I was just like, I couldn't believe how big that moose was. I was like, wow. Like one of those moose's ears could like knock me over. It just was so big and cute. And she said they're huge. I know. I had no idea. And then some of the people we were with who are like more into like outdoorsy things were saying they're very territorial and actually like a really big danger if you're hiking and stuff, which we weren't doing. So we were just watching from afar. But I had no idea. He said, and they're mean. Yes, that's what they were saying. They're very kind of territorial and all that. And I had no idea because I don't. Do we have moose in Arizona? I don't think we do. I know we have elk. Are there moose in Arizona? Uh, looks like it's kind of a rare thing, like maybe a wandering moose, but not really. It's like because I've never really heard of anyone seeing moose in Arizona, but we do have elk if you go up north. I can't spell. No problem. It's late. It's Friday. Yeah, I had no idea. I was like, wow, beautiful animals, but would not want to cross their path. All right, let's go ahead and do maybe a 35-minute sprint to wrap us up tonight before I get too drowsy. I'm going to listen to my audiobook in the blink of a pie and see how much progress I can make on this coloring. And then we'll do a little chit chat and wrap up. Happy reading, everybody. Hi guys, how was that last sprint for you? I listened to In the Blink of a Pie by Catherine Bruns. It's going really well. There is a, what do you call it? A pie eating, like a pie baking competition in this one. So it's really fun and it's like a Thanksgiving cozy. So I'm really enjoying that. I'm on chapter 3. And then I did color most of this coloring page with the snowman, which I'm really enjoying. He just looks very happy with his cocoa or coffee. Although I do wonder how a snowman could drink hot beverages. But he looks so happy, so I thought that was a cute page to color. See, Love Ron says cozy. My kitten knows the word cozy now, and she gets excited for snuggles and books. Oh, I love that. I love that. That's so sweet. Valerie said, good night. Thanks for the sprints. What a great way to start the weekend. I'm so glad you enjoyed, Valerie. It's a good way to end the Friday, get the weekend kicked off. My voice is starting to leave me a little bit now, but had a good time. Tracy says, have a great weekend, everyone. You too, Tracy. Zoe says, hi, joined during that sprint. I started slashing through the snow. Ooh, is that the Christmas tree farm ones? That's right. I loved that one. I hope you have such a good time with that one. Chris says, ooh, that's adorable. Thank you. I'm really excited. I found this coloring book at Barnes & Noble for $9 this summer. And I was like, I will absolutely get my use out of a coloring book that's all Christmas themed. Absolutely. And there's some in here that are just kind of like generally, like the snowman is just kind of wintry. So I'm like, I could use this into winter easily. Princess Peach said, I got to page 97 in your book. Wonderful progress. Annie's on page 301 out of 328. Love your snowman. Thank you. Thank you for coming and good progress on your book. Shannon read 19 pages. Awesome. Great work. And Jill got through page 165. Everyone made such good progress tonight. That was awesome. I feel like I made a little bit of progress in my thriller, started my Town in a Pumpkin Bash book, which I'm really enjoying. And I've got to chapter 3 in the Blink of the Pie and did some coloring. So I'm really happy with, I think, how that sprint went. Kelly said, dinner was delicious, yay, and I flipped to Handle a Scare by Aaron Scott, the book after Screamish. I know, I saw that came out on October 31st. I was like, that's amazing. You're almost done and enjoying it so much. Amazing coloring as usual. Thank you. And I'm so glad you're enjoying it. I'm so excited to read book 1 this month for book club. It's going to be fun. And I said, no reading that sprint. I hope it was a good sprint nonetheless. Jill says, thanks for the sprints, of course. Angel said, I read another 2 chapters in Lemon Drop Dead by Amanda Flower. Thank you for hosting sprints, Amy. Have a fun weekend and good night. Yes, good night, everyone. I hope everyone gets some relaxing in this weekend and hopefully can rejuvenate. I'm definitely hoping to just decompress this weekend and be like 100% hopefully by Monday, because I'm so close, I think, to like feeling fully 100% better after the cold, but just a little bit's hanging on. Rebecca said, this was so fun. I really enjoyed it. Thank you. What a cozy, relaxed way to spend the evening. Amy, I love your energy. You exude positivity, joy, and warmth. So glad I found your channel. Thank you. That means so much. I'm so glad it brings some coziness to your life. That's what I like to do. Hopefully good books and some coziness to other people. So thank you so much for your kind words. Jill said, good night. Good night, Jill. Shannon said, thanks for sprints, Amy. Have a great weekend and a good night. Thank you too, Shannon. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Princess Peach says, I love these sprints. Night, everyone. Good night, Princess Peach. I hope you have a better day tomorrow. I hope you're feeling better. So it says, have a good night. Feel better. Thank you. Yeah, I'm like 85% there. It's like so close. But yeah, hopefully just got to get my throat back to feeling a little better. Jill says, feel better. Thank you. Have a good night, Amy. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for hanging out. I will let you guys know about future sprints. And yeah, I'm excited. I hopefully will have my reading wrap up for October up this weekend. And I'm just going to keep plugging forward. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for coming. Good progress, April. That's awesome. And I will hopefully see you guys in my next sprints. Thank you guys for being here and hanging out. I had the best time.